This is your Fox 10 News Now update.
Hi everyone, Eric Reynolds with your Fox 10 News Now update. Nearly a week after a very heated and highly contested election, President-elect Joe Biden wasting no time getting down to business. His team is starting the transition process. One of the administration's top priorities is creation of a COVID task force that will help them lead their handling of the pandemic. They're also looking to implement several executive orders. Officials say a long-term goal for the new president-elect is healing a nation deeply divided by one of the most contentious elections in history.
Joe Biden believes his job is to work with everybody. So that is, if that is the message from the American people, that's how Joe Biden views governing.
President Trump and his legal team have vowed to fight the election results that he and his supporters are claiming that election fraud, even though there's been no evidence of that.
The way we resolve division, even when you don't get your way in an election, is to count every legal ballot and make sure that illegal ballots do not reduce the civil rights and the votes of those who voted legally.
Officials say that while a few counties have reported technology glitches and the need to rescan some votes, only minor changes were reported. We're continuing to keep track of the coronavirus pandemic. The number of coronavirus cases now around the world has passed 50 million. That's according to data from Johns Hopkins University. Officials say that more than 1.2 million people have died from COVID-19 globally. Almost 20% of those deaths have been in the United States. November is already proving to be a brutal month for coronavirus in the U.S. Officials say that more than 100,000 new cases were reported Sunday, making it the fifth worst day since the pandemic began. Tropical storm Eta making landfall in the Florida Keys, bringing plenty of rain, flooding, and dangerous storm surge. The storm, which has been tearing through South and Central America, finally made landfall in the Florida Keys. Some Fort Lauderdale streets are already completely underwater. People were seen wading through waters and trying to get to higher ground. According to weather officials, Eta is expected to batter the Florida coastline throughout this entire week.
I'm meteorologist Michael White with your Fox 10 Storm Tracker report. And as far as our weather, things are looking pretty decent out there. Right now, we don't really have much in the way of a rain opportunity. Things are dry and quiet. We do have above average temperatures headed our way with a light northeast wind in play. Most of the rain, though, going to stay closer to Eta, and that's going to be down around parts of the Florida Peninsula. That's where that thing's going to be hanging out. It looks like pretty much for the bulk of this week. And with us staying west of the center, we're just not really going to have any major issues from it. Here's the latest on Eta as of 4 o'clock this morning. You can take a glimpse at this, and it's a strong tropical storm with a 65-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds tracking to the north and west at 13. And this is the track from the Hurricane Center office in Miami. You can see it just barely becomes a hurricane later this week, and then it's going to do a U-turn and work its way back over to the north and east between now and next Friday, between Panama City and Jacksonville. And with us staying west of the center, we won't have any major issues locally. Weather headlines for your Monday. We'll continue to track Eta. Temperatures will be above average. And as far as any rain chances, we may see some by the middle of the week on Veterans Day, but nothing in the short term. Let's go through the Fox 10 Futurecast, and you can see we will end up with another partly sunny day, but no big shot for rain from this morning, this afternoon, or this evening. And as we run the clock forward into Tuesday, things will remain generally quiet. Here's a look at how the next 7 days are going to stack up, and temperatures stay well above average. Highs will be in the low 80s. Mornings, look at that, mid to upper 60s the next several days. And the best shot for rain in the short term is going to come on Veterans Day Wednesday, and then we will end up dealing with drier weather by the time we get into Friday. We'll talk more weather throughout the day right here on Fox 10 News Now.
Thanks, Michael. And Jeopardy game show host Trebek has passed away after a long battle with pancreatic cancer. Trebek died at his California home, surrounded by his family and friends. His television career started back in 1961, first as a news announcer for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and then as a game show host. Jeopardy debuted on NBC in 1964, and then in 1984, Trebek became the host. Alex Trebek was 80 years old.
Stay tuned to Fox 10 News throughout the day for the latest updates. This has been your Fox 10 News Now update.